about this entire project. This lid has to be camouflaged to match the surrounding area. We're just going to add everything that's around here, all right? We got to make it look the same as everything. So all this dead grass that's through here, these little pieces of slate we want to add after we get, a good layer of dirt on here.
And because Doug cannot predict which locations will be safe from the chaos of a potential economic collapse, he's taken the prepper rule of a Plan B to a whole new level. This is just one in a network of spider holes built over hundreds of miles.
This is, my last resort. This is my guaranteed survival system. I've got half a dozen of these strewn over the next 200 miles up to almost 9,000 feet.
How much will that hold?
Well, you could drive a Jeep across it.
Would you like to see you drive a tractor over?
Oh, really? You want a tractor? You got a tractor.
Oh my God.
What do you think? My plan is to retreat, ride it out, and live to fight another day. That's what the spider hole's for. When survival's the goal, it's into the spider hole.
Yeah, it goes in here.
But Doug has no intention of bunking down in the spider hole for good. At night, he will return to his ranch and reclaim his property.
I own the night. It's been a way of life for me for 25 years. I would return back at night, doing my recon, looking through the windows, getting my numbers. And it's very, very important psychologically that I just start dropping people within 24 hours. I'll just start taking you out day after day after day. Welcome to my travels with the spider can fly.
And Doug is not only interested in one-man survival. He's training an entire team of young preppers who can help him rebuild the world from the ashes. Doug Huffman believes that our country's massive debt will catapult Americans into the next Great Depression.
You had better be prepared, because it is coming. And the fact that so many people put their head in the sand, that's a huge mistake. Based upon my law of natural selection, they're the first ones to die.
And if an economic collapse does ravage America, Doug thinks there will only be two groups strong enough to survive a complete societal breakdown.
You've got the absolute marauder, killing machines, scum. And then you're going to have the small communities. I'm one of the good guys. It is my intention to be part of that good structure and wash out evil.
But Doug has no intention of being a lone superhero. Instead, he's creating his own band of heroes. A team that can help him rebuild a safe post-apocalyptic community on his 240-acre ranch.
Twice a week, I go teach a youth group called the Junior Rangers. My whole goal is to train people in an apocalyptic event. And that's what it's going to take is groups of people that build communities and can defend and protect that community. What's up, guys? You guys are going nuts on the camel. That's beautiful, guys. With the lime green grasses coming out. That's like right there.
Doug trains 32 junior rangers between the ages of 10 and 19 in survival, foraging, and camo techniques, as well as a variety of weapon and defense tactics.
Well, it's fall, so painting up these guns with a little bit brighter greens, the green grass or the new grass is coming out, and it's always got a little fluorescent green to it.
And Doug plans to make this young team part of his post-apocalyptic plan. Many will choose to join him on his ranch if an economic collapse hits the U.S.
We've learned to prepare for an economic breakdown.
I'm stacking up on ammunition, practicing with my weapons daily. You'll need a source of water, a source of food, shelter.
My students, myself, friends and family, we're the ones who, are going to be the last people standing, the good people.
If hordes of armed and dangerous marauders do fill the streets after an economic collapse, Doug believes the ability to escape and evade will be critical. So today he's teaching the kids how to escape quickly into a moving vehicle.
should we have our second depression that is going to hit this country, I believe, in 2012. Everybody's going to escape and evade where? To the mountains. They're coming up to our spot. If you're on the run, having the ability to jump into a vehicle without stopping is critical. So boom, we're going to come flying through here. We're going to extend that right arm and just roll into the vehicle. Boom, we're in here. All right. And notice I came up. I'm facing this direction. Boom. Now I want to see that exit of the vehicle facing me when you exit. Here we go. Stretch it out, lower up front. There you go. That's it.
Doug can be a really cool guy, really laid back.
So let me get in here, fire up the truck, and we'll get rocking and rolling.
But then when it comes to taking care of business, he becomes kind of psycho.
Beat to the back, beat to the back. Come on, guys. Let's go. Pop up on the stop of the truck. Go! Yeah! That's my basic Rangers. That's robbing folks.
Doug is like all the action figures you can think of all wrapped up into one.
I thought Doug was crazy the first time I came there, but I definitely want to be like Doug one day.
So, good job. Psych! Okay, woo! Yeah. Pop. 1, 2, 3. Recon! Job. I'm tough on my students because I care about them. I want my students to be the last people standing. Always prepared. It's going to happen anytime. If some type of apocalyptic event happens, my group's prepared. We're going to maintain our freedoms as a group, and certainly in my little community that I've built up, and that's what drives me.
The experts, practical preppers, have determined that your food storage and camouflage preps are impressive. Also, teaching your survival skills to others will benefit you.
Yeah, I think that's an excellent assessment. My well-rounded skills.
However, if you do not have a sanitation plan for your spider hole, it will leave you vulnerable to disease while you retreat underground.
You simply dig an additional hole in one of the corners, several feet deep, and that's good for weeks.
In addition, when you retreat underground, it is likely that your supplies will be looted while unattended.
I look at that as a foolish answer. All right, I am your worst nightmare. Maybe he doesn't understand that. And I will continue to work towards many of their comments, and we'll address those.
The Rogers family live a seemingly normal suburban life in Alberta, Canada. But for 20 years, they have been haunted by a prophecy of disastrous times ahead. Will their preps see them through an uncertain future?
Go fast.
Diane and Greg Rogers live on the cold plains of Alberta, Canada. They have a small daughter, Sarah, a cat named Mandy, and a lizard named Spencer.
My husband and I have been married for 8 years now. I am a stay-at-home mom. Hosea was married to a pretty girl called Gomer, and he loved her dearly. My daughter's coming up to her 7th birthday.
It's the first aid sign.
Perfect. I hope for a certain way of life for my daughter, and for us, of course. But that remains to be seen. That's the future, and I don't know what it looks like. That's why we prepare. I'm passionate about prepping because I'm haunted. When I was in college, I had this dream, a disaster dream of some kind, in that it was something that happened environmentally. So what I want you to do is be able to help me get all of this organized, okay? It continues to this day.
You worry too much sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if I worry or I just, I know too many things. I'm trying to escape. Greg is getting our bags ready. I'm putting things away, trying to get to a holder place because it's going to get hot. The temperature is rising. The dream happens all the time. For 20 years, I haven't been able to get away from it.
Diane is convinced her dream has a connection to the real world, a warning for the future that cannot be ignored. And studies suggest that she is not alone. Roughly a third of the population believe that at some point, their dreams have predicted the future.
It means to be prepared. It tells me it's something I need to pay attention to. My greatest fear is that something catastrophic does happen environmentally, and it sets off the chain reaction. The Earth has already suffered these kinds of problems. Look at Haiti, look at Japan and Iceland. When volcanic eruptions happen,
Diane and Greg are determined to be ready for anything Mother Nature can throw at them. So they spend up to 12 hours a week prepping for not one, but all potential disasters. From climate change and solar flares, to devastating earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions.
we began to seriously start talking about what happened. Yes. My little daughter always says, "Daddy, how come you're always on the computer?" Well, yeah, because he's researching all the time things that he thinks that we need, whether it be food, whether it be security.
Greg's day job is as a granite fabricator, but at night and on the weekends, he's training as a security tech, a thief, and even an amateur chemist, all in the service of being prepared.
In an unpredictable situation, you never know what skills you're going to need to pull yourself out of that situation and ensure your own safety and the safety of the family. I'm learning how to steal a car. For the same reason, I'm learning how to pick a lock. I'm learning to make gunpowder. Information is easy to carry.
Greg's latest do-it-yourself project is a homemade charcoal gas mask.
Homemade gas masks to trap toxic vapors and whatnot in the air have been around since World War I.
Activated charcoal is readily available in health food stores, and when used this way, can act as a barrier by absorbing harmful chemicals in the air.
I'm going to take the scissors and rough up the inside a little bit so that it really gets into the walls of the mask. Now, having trapped the activated charcoal in between the two masks, I'll just tape them up, and there you have it.
Greg hopes this skill will allow him to protect his family against anything from tear gas to a volcanic eruption.
Someone might laugh if they said, "Why are you making gas masks? I'm paranoid." No, there's 1,000 reasons that you can think of to make gas masks. When I was a kid and Mount St. Helens blew in 1980, we were breaking the path of the ash cloud. Having asthma, I was affected by that.
When Mount St. Helens erupted, it spewed 520 million tons of abrasive ash into the atmosphere. Most of the 57 people killed died of asphyxiation due to ash inhalation.
This gas mask would easily handle it. And then you put it on. Like so. If you're dealing also with something in the air that would irritate your eyes, just get a kid's pair of swim goggles. That's good enough.
If Diane's nightmare comes true, and the world suffers a cataclysmic event, the Rogers' immediate plan is not to bug out, but to stay put in their home and bug in. So despite a limited budget, Greg and Diane have spent 3 years stockpiling enough food and water to survive for 12 post-apocalyptic months.
If I go to the store to do my regular groceries, I might pick up a few little extra things that will go downstairs into my storage area.
This is what I was given for my birthday this year. Close to 500 gallons of water. Hopefully we can get several months, if not a year, out of it. We will have to ration, I'm sure.
My priorities are much different. And that's one thing with prepping, is you don't focus on what you want. You focus on what your needs will be.
Grab that and right underneath here.
For the Rogers, prepping is a family affair, and they hide very little from 6-year-old Sarah.
Sarah knows that Mom and Dad are putting food aside. She knows that we are giving up things so that we're able to get other things we might need for the future.
To prepare her for their worst-case scenario, Greg and Diane have a family prepping talk every night before bed.
We try to make it a game and have fun with it. SHTF.
when you hear Mom and Dad say that, now you might hear us say, hits the fan. It's serious. Something terrible has happened. You know what you gotta do?
Greg and Diane will do anything to keep their daughter safe in the apocalypse. So next, they take a step into unfamiliar prepping territory. A recent survey found that more than half of Americans fear that either an earthquake, a terrorist attack, or a financial collapse will occur within the next 25 years. But Diane and Greg Rogers are prepping for an entirely different reason. Their fear is based on a recurring disaster dream that Diane has had for 20 years, which they believe foretells a disastrous and apocalyptic future.
Whatever catastrophe or whatever natural disaster happened in my dream, all I knew was the sense of urgency. I had to get out. I had to leave. The things that are happening in my dream may very well be real.
So with thousands of dollars worth of food and water stored, and a young daughter to protect, Greg and Diane are eager to take the next step in their prepping plan.
What can you do for your folks today?
Here to look at some handguns.
If things come down to it where there is no law and the only one who is going to defend you is yourself, you better be prepared for that. What I really like is the 9mm. It was a Glock, yeah.
So you're looking at a Glock, are you? This is a Glock 9mm. Glock 17.
The Glock handgun is standard issue in over 65% of American police departments. And because of this widespread use, many preppers believe ammo and parts will be easier to obtain in a crisis situation.
Butterfly your two thumbs, because when the slide comes back like that, if your thumb was there,
That's your
it would surgically gouge any part of your thumb that had to be in the way.
Gotcha.
I'm not a big gun enthusiast myself, but I realize the importance, and it's another tool into the chest.
Sarah, do you see where you look to see about the ammunition? In there, you got to make sure that the gun's empty whenever you pick up a gun. And do you know what you do if you ever see a gun? What do?
You would call your parents.
Yeah, of course, you would call your mom or dad right away and don't touch it, huh?
Sarah knows there might come a time when Mom and Dad need to use those weapons for things. And she's okay with that. And I would prefer that she's comfortable around them.
It's another step towards finalizing and towards being prepared.
Of course, you know what the bad problem is. Women will kick our butts all over the range on the sub-caliber guns, and they will outshoot the men almost every time. So get ready to be embarrassed.
Okay. Yes, of course they will.
Ready to go shooting range?
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
But in order to protect themselves effectively, Greg and Diane need to be able to react quickly and confidently against a potential intruder in their home. To develop these skills, gun experts suggest practicing at a range at least twice a week.
You're gonna stay up here, right? You wanna just watch just in the window? Getting better.
Woohoo! I get bragging rights. I get bragging rights.
She got the bullseye. Right there.
The latest government guidelines suggest that being underground, even in a basement, can provide extra protection against anything from a tornado to a nuclear blast. So the Rogers basement is outfitted as a makeshift bunker. Along with their food and water supplies, they have a propane stove, a medical and surgical kit, and even a porta potty.
If all of a sudden something happens and we get the information that, oh my goodness, something terrible has happened, our first reaction is to go into our basement that is secure.
The Rogers want Sarah to be ready for a bug-in to their basement at a moment's notice. And today, they are running a full practice drill with her for the first time.
All we need to do is say SHTF and we know where we've got to go.
Hit the fan. Let's go.
kit with food, water, medical supplies, not only for us, but also for our animals. We have dash kits for them too.
Gotcha, baby. Gotcha. Get in there. Get in.
Go ahead, quickly, quickly. Round the corner, round the corner. Go, 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 go. Up on the bed because Daddy's gonna come down. Okay. So right up there. Deep breath, deep breath.
Okay, that was good. It was under 5 minutes.
I want to try to cut that down. Think we can?
It's kind of like doing an extended camping expedition. If we need to stay down there for an extended period of time, we have everything we need down there ready for us.
You okay? No? That wasn't too much? A little scary?
No, it's just... Thanks. It was really heavy.
But you're okay sitting up there, right? You feel safe?
I think prepping has become such a big movement because there is so much more uncertainty in the world than there ever